Caroline Sunshine is a Republican strategist. Good to see you, Caroline.
How are we?
Okay. A little concerned about the communists, but we'll take care of it. We always do. How so far are the Democrats processing this communist wave?
So they're on fire, but here's the bad thing about fires. They can affect everybody, right? Even outside the Democrat Party. But the good thing is we know how to fix fires. You just do the opposite of everything Karen Bass did. That's a metaphor too, by the way, because she's a socialist on the left coast, as I call it. But we fight a fire by depriving it of oxygen. And right now, this part of the Democrat Party is growing too big because there's too much oxygen. So a society of owners is never going to accept socialism. But I bet if we did a poll right now and we polled every homeowner in America, they're all going to say, I don't want socialism.
Right.
But I bet if we polled everybody who's renting, who doesn't own a home, who doesn't have any money in the stock market, we're going to get a really different answer. So we have to get as many young Americans, because I hear this all the time, right? I hear from older Americans, they're like, how are these young people, because this movement is predominantly being fueled by young people. They're like, how are these young people choosing socialism? And it's that when you feel ownership is too difficult, you're going to look for other answers. And we've seen that historically, right? And we don't want to see that happen in our country.
But you know what? I didn't own anything when I was young. I mean, I didn't buy a home until I was in my early 30s. I worked for it. I saved. I busted my hump here at Fox, and I got somewhere. Are they not putting in the time? Are they not putting in the work? Are they too impatient? Have they given up already?
So it's because their movement is run. I mean, you studied history, right? So you're a student of history. Their movement is run by failed academics, right? Karl Marx, the father of communism and socialism, was a failed academic for most of his life. He couldn't support himself financially at all. He had to be financially supported by his best friend. He had multiple kids who committed suicide. This newest Karl Marx edition in New York City, Chevalier.
Chevalier. I like how you pronounce that.
I don't know. She's a 7-year PhD student.
7 years.
Right? 7 years.
7 years in college?
Okay. 7 years in college. Her dad's a landlord. And these people, they're smart, they're creative, they're artists, they're talented, and they're so frustrated that they live in a capitalist society where the guy that started raising canes and sells chicken fingers makes more money than them. And so they have to take it out on everybody.
So daddy's paying her bills, and she's a little angry. She wants to take it out on a lot of other people. I don't even know if she's married. We're going to have to look into her personal life. Not too closely, but we'll look around the edges. How should the Republican Party tackle this new communist insurrection? How should they exploit it? It's kind of a tricky situation.
Yeah, so like I said, you fight fire by, one, depriving it of oxygen. So let's get as many people under 40 feeling like they have ownership in their society. They're owning stuff in the stock market, they're getting into houses quick, they feel like there's a pathway to upward mobility. Let's get that going. Like, let's treat that like the national emergency that it is, and get people in the lifeboats, and let's get it going, right? Second is you fight fire with fire. And this is left-wing populism. And it's going to be the future of the country is left-wing populism versus right-wing populism. The good news is we know the country already chose. They elected Donald Trump because they want right-wing populism. So the Trump administration and President Trump need to double and triple down, balls to the wall, go as hard as you can.
They're going hard.
Those policies.
They could go a little harder. Is this left-wing populism? I see that as Liz Warren, kind of Bernie. This is more than that. She wants to eradicate Western civilization. Yeah. As you call her.
Chevalier.
Chevalier. I don't think that comes out of my mouth.
It sounds like a wine. I don't know that Gavin Newsom's wife would drink. Oh, I can't wait till Middle America meets her. Yes. So the problem is that their economic policies, they're tapping into so much resentment among young people. That even though you and I can clearly see they're communists who want to end Western civilization, there's too many young people that look at it as a siren song. There's too many young people.
Romantic.
It's romantic. It's the bad boy.
And it's easy. As Trump said, I could be the best communist. I could promise everybody free this, free that. He could be Santa Claus if he'd want to, but the man could not grow a beard. Would not look good on Donald Trump. Caroline Sunshine, great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.